Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. DTC P0973 refers to a fault detected in the shift solenoid valve A of the Honda Accord models from 2012. This diagnostic trouble code indicates that there is a short circuit present within the solenoid valve's electrical circuit. The role of the shift solenoid valve A is to control the flow of transmission fluid, which directly affects the shifting of gears in the automatic transmission. When a fault is detected in this component, the vehicle is unable to shift into the second or fifth gears due to a fail-safe mode activated to protect the transmission from further damage. To begin troubleshooting, it is essential to capture all freeze frame data and onboard snapshots using the HDS or Honda Diagnostic system before proceeding with further steps. This diagnostic code is purely electrical, indicating that mechanical issues with the transmission are not the cause. After completing the necessary repairs for DTC P0973, it is crucial to perform a final repair verification to ensure everything is functioning correctly. Begin by rechecking all connections thoroughly to guarantee there are no loose or damaged wires that could cause issues. Once confirmed, proceed to clear the DTC again using the HDS, preventing any old data from impacting the results. It is important to take the vehicle for a test drive in various conditions to ensure the transmission shifts smoothly without triggering the DTC again. During the test drive, monitor the system for any abnormal behavior or alerts. Completing these steps assures the repairs were effective and that the vehicle's transmission system is back to optimal performance. Preventive maintenance is essential in avoiding issues related to DTC P0973 and ensuring the longevity of the transmission system. It is advisable to conduct regular inspections of wiring and connectors associated with the shift solenoid valve A, as deterioration or environmental exposure can lead to shorts or opens in the circuit. Additionally, ensuring that high-quality replacement parts are used during repairs will increase the reliability of the repairs and enhance overall vehicle performance. Performing routine maintenance checks on the electronic components and the transmission fluid can also significantly minimize the risk of encountering such DTCs in the future. Being proactive in these areas will strengthen the vehicle's overall reliability and performance, saving on costly repairs down the line. To conclude, DTC P0973 is indicative of an electrical short within the shift solenoid valve A circuit in Honda Accord models from 2012 to 2017. This code underscores the importance of focusing on electrical components rather than mechanical faults when diagnosing transmission issues. Following a structured troubleshooting approach is vital to identify the precise cause of the fault and ensure effective repairs. Electrical checks, including fuse inspections and wire continuity tests, provide a clear pathway to resolving the issues while avoiding unnecessary component replacements. Engaging in preventative maintenance strategies will further safeguard against similar issues arising in the future. This systematic approach promotes the vehicle's reliability, ensuring safe and efficient operation. The error description for DTC P0973 indicates a failure specifically in the shift solenoid valve A. This solenoid is a vital component located within the transmission assembly, and it is responsible for regulating the flow of fluid used in gear shifting. It operates based on electrical signals sent from the powertrain control module, or PCM. Due to an electrical circuit malfunction, the solenoid cannot properly perform its function, causing the transmission to fail to shift into the second or fifth gears. The primary role of the solenoid is to allow the correct hydraulic pressure to build for the selected gear, and when it fails, it can lead to substantial transmission issues. The failure results from a short circuit condition, warning technicians to look closely at the wiring and electrical connections associated with this solenoid. The possible causes for DTC P0973 revolve around electrical issues rather than mechanical faults. Firstly, there may be a problem with the electrical circuit, which could result in a short that hinders the functional integrity of the solenoid. Secondly, the problem might stem from the shift solenoid A itself, which could be faulty and requires replacement. Finally, wiring issues such as open circuits or short circuits in the wires connecting the solenoid to the PCM can also be at fault. Each of these causes requires careful examination and diagnostic testing to pinpoint the exact issue with the vehicle's transmission system. Symptomatically, DTC P0973 manifests primarily through transmission issues, particularly the vehicle's inability to shift into either second or fifth gear. This can lead to noticeable delays in acceleration and poor vehicle responsiveness during driving. The check engine light or malfunction indicator lamp may also illuminate on the dashboard, alerting the driver to a problem within the system. In more severe cases, the vehicle may adopt a limp mode, restricting certain driving conditions to protect the engine and transmission from further damage. Thus, if drivers notice these symptoms, they should seek immediate diagnostic evaluation to avoid extensive repairs. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P0973 is to verify the existence of the problem. Begin by pressing the engine start-stop button to select the on mode. Next, clear the DTC using the Honda Diagnostic System, or HDS, which is a specialized tool for diagnosing Honda vehicles. This allows the system to reset and prepare for fresh error readings. After clearing, the engine should be started in the park position, P, and allowed to idle for at least 1 second. Following this warm-up time, check for any pending or confirmed DTCs using the HDS tool. If DTC P0973 reappears, this indicates that failure is indeed replicated, and you can proceed to step 2 of the troubleshooting process. In this step, the focus is on checking the fuse associated with the circuit of shift solenoid valve A. Begin by pressing the engine start-stop button to select the off mode before checking the fuse. The specific fuse to examine is number B8, rated at 10A, which is located in the under-dash fuse relay box. If the fuse is intact and shows no signs of damage, you can confidently proceed to step 3. However, if the fuse is blown, it must be replaced with a new 10A fuse. After the replacement, it is vital to recheck the circuit for any recurring issues. If the new fuse blows again, it indicates a short to body ground in the circuit that needs to be repaired promptly before further testing. This third step concentrates on checking the IG1 MIS-SOL wire for continuity issues. To start, utilize the HDS to jump the SCS line, which temporarily allows for certain diagnostic tests. Next, disconnect the PCM connector A51P to safely access the wiring. In the following steps, press the engine start-stop button to enter the on mode, after which you will measure the voltage between test points. These test points are identified as test point 1 and test point 2, located within the PCM connector A51P. If the voltage reading shows battery voltage, then the IG1 MIS-SOL wire is functioning correctly, permitting you to move on to the next troubleshooting step. However, if no voltage is detected, it signals an open circuit in the wiring that must be repaired. Step 4 requires a detailed examination of the shift solenoid valve itself. Begin by pressing the engine start-stop button to turn off the vehicle. Then, reconnect PCM connector A51P. After ensuring the connector is securely attached, The next action is to disconnect the shift solenoid valve A2P connector. Once this is done, switch the ignition back to the on position and proceed to clear the DTC using the HDS. After clearing, start the engine in park, P, and wait for a second to allow the monitoring systems to activate. Finally, check the HDS again for any pending or confirmed DTCs. If DTC P0973 remains undetected, it confirms that the shift solenoid valve is operating correctly, allowing you to move forward to the next step. In the fifth and final troubleshooting step, the objective is to check for continuity in the SHA wire, which is crucial for the proper transmission function. Start by turning the engine off and jumping the SCS line with the HDS, similar to previous steps. Then, disconnect the PCM connector B51P for safe access and check for continuity between designated test points. The test points to focus on are related to the SHA wire, specifically between the number 2 terminal of PCM connector B51P and body ground. If continuity is confirmed, this indicates a short to body ground, necessitating repairs in the SHA wire between the shift solenoid valve A and the PCM. Conversely, if no continuity is detected, the SHA wire integrity is intact, suggesting that the PCM itself may require replacement. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.